be brief. I know there's a brunch waiting, so brief words in tribute to Rabbi B'Tzalel Nipa Cohen. We read in yesterday's parsha about Avram Avinu, and some obvious contrasts between Avram and Noach in the parsha before. Rashi points out, all the commentators point out, you know that Noach was not successful at all in reaching the people of his generation, not even one person. 120 years he was trying and didn't reach one person. Avram Avinu, Chazal tell us by the end of his life, somehow impacted half the world. It's a tremendous thing. What was the difference? Rashi points out one difference, or many differences. Rashi points one difference. With Noach, Hazak says, Es Elokim Ishalech Noach. Noach walked with Hashem. Avram Avinu, Hashem says, Ishalech Lefanai V'Hisamim. Walk in front of me and be pure. And in fact, Avram Avinu later says, Hashem Asher Hisalachti Lefanai, that I walked in front of him. What's the difference between walking with God and walking in front of God? The Shiva used to say, Ruben Feinstein used to say, that when you walk in front of God, you anticipate the will of God. You're proactive. Noah had to be schlepped along. Okay, this is what Hashem wants. Okay, what can I do? I have to be schlepped along. He had to be forced into the teva. Chazal say he didn't want to go into the teva. He had to be forced along. Avram Avinu, even before there's a Torah, he was keeping the Torah. Avram Avinu was waiting every opportunity to bring people closer to Hashem. He anticipated with God. Dave Braverman, I think in many ways, had the traits of Avram Avinu. First of all, he had such an emunah pshuta, but not in a pejorative sense, a simple emunah, but not in the sense of wasn't developed, it wasn't sophisticated. It was quite deep, it was well rooted within him. But there were no questions. There are many tragedies that have happened in the world, and at various times over the last, I think I started giving this year in Tarzana in 1998, since I've known Dave the last 12 years or so. Many opportunities where there were things that went in the world that didn't go the way we wanted. Dave never had a kasha, never had a question. Hashem's way is always righteous. He didn't have to convince himself of that. That was something that was very natural to him. Dave was so excited about the possibility of bringing people to Yiddishkeit. It wasn't just that he himself would go and learn every opportunity. In fact, my last communication with him was, I believe it was after an email, when are you giving your next year at Teichman Enterprises, where I would give occasionally. I'd like to go. You know, he'd make a special effort, the City of Commerce, way out of his way to go. But bringing others, every opportunity, he would call me up and say, you know, I got someone I think is a good candidate for you, for Kiruv, to support your kol, support your shul. Let's go to lunch. He did that a number of times, and there are a number of people who became donors, who became Talmidim, because of Dave's initiative. People that I never, if I would have met them, I said, this guy has no potential. Dave would say, no, go ahead, please go. And sometimes a few times they have to go to lunch with him. It wasn't sealed the first lunch. It's like a few times. And after that, person either became a supporter or a Talmud or both. In fact, just this summer, just before Tisha B'Av, there was someone else he had in mind, and the person last second canceled. The person had an excuse. The person who was very secular, very assimilated, had just lost someone in his family. Dave thought it was a good opportunity for him to get connected to Yiddishkeit and maybe also to be a donor. And the person canceled, and Dave said, you know what, I think he got cold feet, but we'll try again another couple months. We'll try again. And never, that time didn't happen. This was someone who was looking every opportunity to do chesed, shidduchim. I've had a couple of daughters, one Baruch Hashem that's married now, a couple of daughters in shidduchim. Every time I would see him, sometimes he would call me up, I have a possibility for you. I said, Dave, this doesn't sound like it's the profile. No, give it a chance. He's in town now. It doesn't hurt. He doesn't have to travel to New York. He's here now. It's worth a try. Always being proactive. And there were many other people we knew who needed shidduchim, students he knew, people that we had in common. He would say, what about this one? I think I have someone in mind for this boy might be good for this girl.